YouTube, what is going on? It is Dominick Arena back with another DGA Live. Hanging out with me always is Miss Chris.
Hey.
We are hanging out in the game room today because we are talking handheld gaming. So the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because we just had GDC, which is the Gamers Developer Conference. And something struck me as odd. There was a company, and I'm not going to say the name of the company, but there was a company that kind of gave a survey out to all the different developers, people that are developing games for every system out there. And it was shocking to me to see the results. And one of the questions that they brought up was, they just asked different developers, different companies, what are you most excited for developing games for in 2020? Over 50% of them said PC, which I thought was weird because we got a lot of shit coming out this year.
Yeah.
We got the new Xbox coming out. We got the new PlayStation coming out. I have a feeling Nintendo has something up their sleeve with maybe a pro version of the Switch. Who knows? All right. So more than 50% of them were all about PC gaming. A shocking 32% or something weird, something in the 30s, was talking about mobile gaming, which is games that are developed for your phone. Okay? And I understand that because a lot of mobile gaming is a lot of microtransactions. That's how they make their money on that. So you ever download a game on your phone? And I know you love to play mobile gaming. You download the game for free. You get addicted to it. Next thing you know, they want $1 to get rid of the ads.
Or because
right?
you've ran out of lives, you only have so many lives.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you want...
Time.
Yeah, you don't want to wait for the next 3 lives, another $1. Another $1 to get this special character, all the shit. It's all microtransactions. And so I get it. If you're a developer and you want to develop a game that's badass for the mobile, there's a lot of money that could be involved. So I get that. But the smallest percentage was for console gaming, okay? And I'm summing up console gaming as Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. Okay, we're not going to talk about the Atari VCS or anything like that. Those are your 3 heavy hitters right there. So that was the smallest percentage of them talking to developers. These are the guys that are making the games for these systems. They're excited mostly about PC gaming. And
which to me, I've never PC gamed, and
PCs,
I prefer.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of consoles, right? There's more people that have consoles than actually have gaming rigs, right? Like badass gaming rigs. But I get it for the PC. The PC, you're gonna have better graphics, you're gonna have better runability, all that other shit. Until we get this new generation of gaming consoles, right? Especially the Xbox Series X, which is like 12 teraflops. It's a fucking gaming PC console, is what it is. But that all set aside, another question was, as far as consoles goes, what's the most exciting? What console are you most excited for developing games? And the number 1 console was the Nintendo Switch, which doesn't surprise me too much because the Switch in 2019 broke fucking records with sales.
It's fun. I've played on it.
It's a badass system, and it's not a heavy hitting system. You compare graphics and speed and all that stuff. Right. It's in last place.
Yeah.
But it's got exclusives, all the Mario shit, all the Zelda shit, all the Donkey Kong shit.
It has a lot of the
Pokemon.
stuff that you can play multiple people too.
Yeah, you could do that with Xbox Online.
But that's not what I'm talking about. In one room, do over at Jay and Mickey's. We've got 4 people.
Yeah, 4 people on one system.
Yeah, and it's not a split screen.
Right. The it's their exclusives though. I think that keeps them going.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because Nintendo's got the grip so tight on, Mario and Zelda and all that shit that it's not on any other system. It's only on Nintendo. And Xbox and PlayStation, they have their exclusives too, but nothing that holds a candle to Nintendo's, cash cow franchise with Mario. But that got me thinking that handheld, and that's what we're talking about today, is handheld gaming. That's going to be the key thing. And one thing with the Switch is it is also a handheld device, even though it hooks up to your TV through a dock. At the late 2019, Nintendo released the Switch Lite, which is 100% handheld.
Yeah.
And this was supposed to be when this came out, and this hit the market, and it was a smaller, more portable, handheld only version of the Switch. Everybody immediately said the Nintendo DS is dead. This is going to be the predecessor to it. The DS is done for now. I kind of beg to differ.
I agree with you.
Here's the thing. Is the DS done? Are they going to be making more games for it? Are they going to have new content for it? No. It's not going to happen. Nintendo's not going to waste their time with it. But there is still support from Nintendo. The eShop is still open for it. Games are still available for it. There's just nothing new coming out. So I started thinking about it. 2020 is going to be the year of handheld gaming. That's the way I look at it. Yes, we're going to get 2 badass systems, but at Christmas time. And the only people that are going to be able to afford those, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they're $600. You know what I mean? That's a big Christmas gift. So, and we ain't going to get that until Christmas. So it's going to be the 2021 gaming season that we're going to see Xbox and PS5 shine. This year, we have the Evercade coming out. Evercade's going to be out in 2 months, 3 months, tops, April, which is a handheld gaming device. All retro games. That is also be linked up to your TV with an HDMI cable, so it can be played on a big screen. We have the Nintendo Switch Lite, and I'm sure that this year we're going to get new colors, we're going to get limited editions, we're going to get bundles. We know Nintendo's going to do that. It's been a trend of Nintendo's since the fucking Game Boy, where they came out with the Pikachu Game Boy, and they came out with the Link DS, and they came out with all these special bundles, Metroid, the whole 9 yards, right? So I'm guarantee you we'll probably see that. We still have the DS available. It's still available in stores, brand new. We're going to talk about that here in a second, why I love the DS. We might get a Switch Pro. It's rumored that the Switch Pro may finally come out. And if Nintendo's smart, they will release that mid-summer or early fall. Build the hype up again on the Switch before these 2 brand new heavy-hitting consoles come out. You know what I mean? From Microsoft and from Sony. So it's going to be a badass year for gaming. We also, companies like, I'm a big fan of these guys right here. These are the Myarcades. I did a whole video on these, right? Myarcade's got new releases coming. I saw at E3 last year they have a Contra version of this coming out, which we'll probably see this year. And they got some other ones that are secret. I love that. Let me tell you something about handheld gaming, what I love about it, especially those. She'll come out and say, hey, Dom, dinner's ready in 15 minutes. 15 minutes is not enough time to start a TV show. Not enough time to hop up on the Xbox and start a game. So what do? I whip that out, or one of them, or a DS, and I'll play on the couch for 15 minutes casually. Old school games, bam, dinner's done. You turn it off, you're done. Anytime we go on vacation, whether we drive to California, fly across the fucking country to New York, taking a drive up north, what comes with us?
Our mobile gaming.
Every fucking
DS's,
time.
The Pac-Man thing. Well, of course you can't play that in the car, but...
Plug and play, yeah. Plug and plays are nice if you're in a hotel, because you just bring it. You got like, what, 20 games on it. You plug it in the back of the hotel TV, and you got a game night going on, without bringing a whole fucking console and hooking up to the internet and all this other bullshit. And that's what's so cool about the Nintendo Switch. Now, I don't own a Switch, but I like it. I've played I've played a whole bunch of games on it. I like it. The reason why I haven't pulled the trigger on a Switch yet is because I don't want to start another fucking library. I'm still collecting back catalog of Atari 2600 games. I'm still collecting Nintendo DS games. Xbox One shit, Xbox 360 shit. Last thing I want to do is start up a whole new catalog with a new console at $60 a game.
Yeah, right.
Now, here's the thing. We always find badass Xbox titles, right? Brand new. We're flipping through the bin. Boom, $20.
Yep.
Brand new, right? Best Buy, Walmart, Target, they all do this. You don't see that with the Switch.
Anything really Nintendo, huh?
Yeah, you know, they're price protected. You know what I'm saying? Now, once in a blue moon, I'll find a Switch game that's $25. You know, brand new. I'm not talking used stuff. And it's a title nobody fucking wants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like fishing and shit. Now, fuck that. I don't want. I want a title. You just don't find it. Now, Nintendo, as of the date of this video, has a shit ton of sales going on. But this is planned by Nintendo, so they'll do that and all this other stuff. So yeah, there's a sale going on right now with Nintendo Switch games. A lot of stuff on the eStore went on sale. I think the console itself went on sale. Nothing huge, $20 or something like that. Which is great. You know, that's nice, especially around tax time. You know, people are getting tax returns. Nintendo knows this. Hey, let's buy that console we wanted. You know, some more games. So it's the perfect time to do it. But that won't last for long. Where we always find Xbox and PlayStation games cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so we buy a lot of our shit new. I love physical copies. I'm the guy that buys the physical copy. She gets the digital download.
That's not necessarily true. What digital downloads do I have?
Right, you got a couple.
Yeah, but
you got a couple. I like having a product in my hand. So, yes, it's a bitch. I gotta when they say, hey, we want to switch games. I'm like, hold on, guys. I gotta pop the disc in.
Yeah, but I'm not a digital downloader. I wouldn't say that because I have maybe 2.
Yeah, no.
And that's only because they were free on Xbox, on whatever.
Yeah, the Xbox Live.
Yeah,
you get
but
it for free.
I don't like using up my space.
Right. And I like to have something that you can sell later. If the game's total shit and you're just like, hey man, I'm done with it, I'm never gonna play it again. I'd rather get $5 for the physical copy than saying, you know what, let me delete it off my hard drive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I just like having a product in my hand. I just like having all the cases and all that shit like that.
Yeah.
So, it's going to bring me up to the DS. Now, the DS has been around for over a decade. It's been around for a long time. Talking first generation. Now we're on a generation called 3DS. And then there's the new 3DS, the new 3DS XL, and the new 2DS XL. And I fucking love the DS. And I'm going to tell you why. You know what? Let me get mine out so I can show you. The DS was such a unique... We don't have this anymore. Nobody's doing this. The DS stood for Developer System. It's also been nicknamed Dual Screens because even when the first generation came out, it always had 2 screens on it. Top screen and a bottom screen. Now, this is the 2DS XL, which I think is the perfect size. Battery life is amazing. Nice thing about 2 screens is the bottom one is touchscreen. It's always been touchscreen. But a lot of games that you might have played for Nintendo or for Xbox and shit like that, if there was a map involved or some type of inventory, and we deal with this on Xbox all the time, you got to hit a button, pull up that map, check your inventory, and it takes up the whole real estate of the screen. DS always had it where it was on one screen, where the map would be on one screen and the gameplay's up here. Sometimes the gameplay jumps from screen to screen. There's a microphone on it. Sometimes the microphone is utilized in the game. There's dual cameras on the back of it. Sometimes the cameras are utilized for the game. It comes with a...
Some of those have the thing where you blow in it too, and you can use that...
Blow into the mic to do stuff. Yeah, I've seen that. It comes with a, what do you call it, stylus for certain games like that. And the games are roughly the same size, maybe a little bit bigger than they're little chips that they plug in there. So you can store what? Fuck, my case here holds 8 of them. Just in this one. 8 little games in there. They're fucking great. The library for Nintendo DS is over 500 games, and that's in the US. That's not counting the Japanese titles. I want to say altogether, you count all the PAL versions, all the US versions, Japanese release only, all that shit. I think there's over 1,000 DS games, 3DS. And that's what's cool about the new one, is it's backwards compatible. So you could play 3DS games on it, or you could play you could play DS games on it, or 3DS games on it. And so yeah, they're not making it anymore. But right now, what made me think about it, that it's starting to kind of fizzle out, is we were at Target, and everything DS was on sale. The regular 2DS, which is a non-foldable version of this, was on sale for $70. The 2DS XL, which I have in my hand, was $140. And the 3DS...
It's only $10 off from what we spent.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
I know, but we got them when they were on sale too.
Oh.
The 3DS I saw down to $190, I want to say. And it's basically the same thing as this, but there's a 3D mode in it. You don't need glasses. So, another thing too is you could go to any game store. GameStop, you go to your mom and pop places, Fallout Games, all that shit. They have a huge back library that you could pick up for, what, $2? We've seen the games?
Yeah, 99 cents sometimes.
99 cents.
On
Just the cartridge. I mean, yeah. I like to collect complete in box games, you know that. So I'm always on the lookout for complete in box type stuff, especially DS. But they are super fun games. So if you are on the fence about getting one, because you're like, hey, they're not making it no more, there's no support, all this other stuff, jump on it. Because this is one of the best systems. One of my favorite consoles to date is the 3DS. A couple games I'm going to recommend. You had a couple games too you wanted to talk about.
I was just going to tell you my top 5 again.
Yeah. This is in no particular order. Metroid Samus Returns. Or Samus. A lot of people say it differently. The awesome 2D platformer style Metroid game that was a remake of the Game Boy version. Full color, full 3D style graphics, but in a 2D platform version. Badass game for the Nintendo 3DS. If you were a big fan of any of the Zelda games for Nintendo 64, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, they remastered those for the 3DS, and it's better. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe that the graphics were better looking on the 3DS than on the N64. So those two games go in my top 5. Contra 4, which I'm still on the lookout for. I found Contra 4 at a couple places. They wanted a ridiculous amount for it. I found it complete in box for around $38, which I think I might pull the trigger on it.
If it's still there.
It's still there.
That was months ago.
Yeah. No, I saw it a couple weeks ago. It was still there. Yeah, Contra 4 was a great game that utilized both screens. Like if you had to travel up in the game, you went from the bottom screen to the top screen. I thought that was really unique. And Contra 4 was a DS exclusive. It never went to a console. Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, all the Castlevanias for the DS were just phenomenal. And a lot of them went only to the DS. They weren't on any other platforms. They weren't on like PlayStation or anything like that at the time. So the DS's library was super unique to it. Game like Shovel Knight, which was done by an independent company called Yacht Club Games. That was a great game. If you liked playing Mega Man where you steal the power up of the bosses with Castlevania style backgrounds and the mechanics of DuckTales, Shovel Knight was a fucking great game. So those are just some games off the top of my head that I thought were phenomenal. What would you want to add to that?
The only ones that I put is obviously Super Mario Brothers.
Oh yeah, any of those. I forgot about that. Super Mario Brothers 3, or what was it? Super Mario 3D Land, I think was for the DS. Amazing fucking game.
Tetris, just because I think Tetris on any
system,
gaming system is amazing. It's one of those games you can just sit there and not have to like use your brain, you know what I mean? And like
just go to town.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got so many different versions of it for the DS.
Yeah, the newest one I have, I don't remember which one it is. Tetris Party or something, or Tetris Deluxe. So much fun. Yep. Luigi's Mansion is another one.
Great, and it looked great on the DS.
Yep. Mario Kart is.
Yep,
you can't go wrong with Mario Kart.
Mario Kart 7, I think, is the newest for the 3DS. Amazing game.
And then the last one I put on here is Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong Country 2 is classic. Now, a lot of these games actually became classic hits. You could still buy them brand new, sealed in the box, at Target. We saw them for $19. $19.99.
I think that's the most I spent on any of those that I bought.
Right.
I think I spent more than $20.
And I think there's a stop production on it. So, like, once they're gone from the warehouses, they're not making anymore. So that's why I'm telling people to kind of jump on this now, because this is a great system to have. You could still get batteries for them. So if you have an old DS that just sat in a drawer for 5 years, and you're like, hey man, it won't power up anymore, it's completely dead, you could still get batteries for them. Yeah, it requires it to take it apart. It's not like, had a slide cover, you could pop the battery out. You have to take the thing apart, but you could still get replacement batteries for it. There's a shit ton of accessories for it. And everything from freaking cases, different styluses. They have folders to hold the game cartridges, all that good stuff. There's different colors. There's limited editions. There's all kind. I always wanted that Zelda limited edition one.
Yeah.
And it's like skyrocketed now. If you can find it in the box, it's like $300-400. Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the price of a Xbox Pro. But yeah, that's it. We just kind of want to talk a little bit about handheld gaming and see. And that's my prediction for 2020 is that this is going to be the year of handheld gaming. With Nintendo breaking records last year. And on top of it, Nintendo is still in a partner or working on a partnership with Microsoft. So, guess what the #1 game for the Switch was last year?
No idea.
Right? Now, Pokemon, the new Pokemon Sword and Shield, I'm not counting this because that broke a shit ton of records. It broke records just in physical copies. We're not talking digital downloads. Minecraft was the #1 game. You know who made Minecraft? Microsoft. Alright, so Nintendo is working on some type of deal with Microsoft. And Microsoft is all about it because Microsoft doesn't have the pull Nintendo does in Japan. You know what I'm saying? So Microsoft is not very popular in Japan. Japan's all about, as far as gaming goes, the Japanese companies like Nintendo, Sega, and Sony. Sony's, yeah, right. Now, even though Sony and Nintendo have an American base here, we were at the Nintendo headquarters in New York,
right.
But they are Japanese, Japanese-founded companies. Microsoft is out here, so they don't have a lot of fucking pull gaming-wise out in Japan. So Nintendo's going to help bring them out there with that stuff. So we might see some more cross-play compatibility, which I'm hoping. Like, I know right now, I think they tested, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I think Nintendo tested the waters with cross-play compatibility on Minecraft, where if you're playing Minecraft on your Switch, you could get Xbox achievements, little trophies and shit. So I was like, okay, that's fucking cool. Nobody's doing that. It's not like I could sit on the Switch and get a PlayStation trophy off the PlayStation Network. So that's very cool. I'd like to see them do some cross-play, especially with independent companies like Dead by Daylight. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft already has cross-play with PC. So Sea of Thieves is a perfect game. If you have Sea of Thieves, the PC version, and you're playing on Xbox Live, you can play with me on my Xbox console. So that's badass. I want to see more cross-play, all that stuff. So kind of wrap this up. Year of the handheld. Evercade's coming out. Myarcade has got a whole bunch of new handhelds coming out. Nintendo's got something up their sleeve with a Pro model, or maybe they're doing some limited edition Switch Lights, which maybe I'll pull the trigger on one of those this year. Who knows? We'll see. And then maybe bonus. And then yeah, so the DS is on its way out. So grab yourself a DS while they're still available in stores, so you can get a brand new copy. Brand new games are all on sale. It is a badass little console. I fucking love it. That's gonna do it. You got anything you want to add?
Nope.
So we will catch you guys on the next one. Until then, peace, hair grease.
Bye.